You were in Star Wars, right?
Yep, I was.
I ain't never seen it.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, John Boyega.
I'm Fontaine.
And I play him in They Clone Tyrone.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, it's obvious for us because we're in the film, but for them, they haven't.
Man, whatever, man. You talk too much.
Talking's the whole point because we're here to promote the movie that we're in, so kind of have to talk to do that, bro.
You're doing a good job.
Okay. Are we gonna?
Can we just get into the intro and I think we could just...
Yeah, sure. Let's get an intro. You cool with that? Good.
Let's cut for a second.
Wow. Can someone please get me some warm tea, some sunflower honey specifically, but with a splash of oat, because I'm off the dairy, just trying to keep the body clear and stuff, you know?
Good for you.
Could somebody get John some tea? Fontaine, you want anything?
Yeah. For this shit to be over?
All right.
And roll sound.
Oh, so they got me asking you questions, man. You were in Star Wars, right?
Yep, I was.
I ain't never seen it. Like, at all. I ain't even seen a trailer.
Wow.
Who you play?
Okay, my turn. So, Fontaine, you're a drug dealer from the...
You see the motherfucking cameras?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I mean, you're a drug dealer. You play a drug dealer. Well, I play a drug dealer. Well, you play a drug dealer in the film.
Yeah, exactly. In the film.
Guys, sorry, I'm a bit lost with this. I don't really understand what kind of reality you're trying to conjure up here. It doesn't really make no sense to me.
All right, let's just, let's cut and figure this out.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, John, what was your favorite moment with Tiana Paris?
Wow, I'm kind of happy that you want to know about that.
Yeah, it's great.
I had an amazing time with Tiana specifically, just because she has the best energy. And I remember getting her an electric scooter, you know, a gift that I just wanted to give her, just to get her from her trailer to the stage where we were filming her. And I just surprised her with it, and it just had a great vibe, and it was joy, kind of echoing how it was gonna go throughout the whole shoot. And you're not really interested in the answer to this question, are you?
All right, next question. What was it like working with Jamie Foxx?
Now, Jamie Foxx, you know, that's legendary. I mean, that's a real movie star.
Yeah.
Okay, we can agree on one thing, right?
He funny.
Wow, Fontaine agrees with me on something. It's funny, right? We can agree on that?
Hey, we done?
You know what? Yep, I think we got it. Can you just remind the viewers that They Clone Tyrone's only on Netflix?
No. They Clone Tyrone is only on Netflix. I'm done with this guy. I'm out of it. Yeah, guys, this is an oat, man.
What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into a movie review. That movie is They Cloned Tyrone. Now, before we get into that, though, I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by once again. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for giving us a go. You hit that red subscribe bar. If you're entertained or feel anything towards this video, you hit that like button and you hit the subscribe bar, because that means we did our job. Whether you like what I say or not, we invoked emotion out of you. So that means we earned that like button at least, man. At least the like button. Come on. The march to 300 subscribers still continues, where we'll be giving away a stack of comic books to a lucky random subscriber. And without further ado, let's get into a movie that a lot of people liked. Came highly recommended by Jordan, just much like the miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir movie. This, though, I was aware of and wanted to see. And again, it's called They Cloned Tyrone, and is directed by Jewel Taylor, written by Tony Rettenmaier and Jewel Taylor. The cast is John Biega. I'm sorry, I'm totally mispronouncing that. As Fontaine, the gentleman from the recent Star Wars movies, Finn. He got short-ended in those movies, man. He should have been the Jedi that was going to be spotlighted in those movies. He's a great actor and got shortchanged in the Star Wars movies. Jamie Foxx as Slick Charles. Kiefer Sutherland as Nixon. Leon Lamar as Frog. David Allen Greer as he did cameo as the pastor, and Tiona Paris as Yo-Yo. Basically, what we do is we follow the life of Fontaine here early on in the movie. He seems to be basically a dope boy, as you will. He's selling, drugs in the neighborhood. He wakes up. He goes down to the bodega, and he gets himself a scratcher, a 40, some wraps and stuff like that, and he goes about his day, doing his little deals. And at one point, he had gotten wind of someone selling on his territory, so he went and basically broke the guy's legs by running him over. And so later on that day, after that happened, he went to go collect some money from Slick, a.k.a. Jamie Foxx. He plays a pimp in this movie, and he was trying to dodge Fontaine in paying him money, but he finally tracked down Slick, got the money, and as he left and got in his car, the gentleman that he hit with his car early in the movie was able to track him down and off him. Okay? Legitimately off him. And Slick comes out, sees, or whatever. Yo-Yo even said at one point after all that dust settled, she went to go see. And Fontaine was done. He was done. But as fate would have it, he woke up the next day, and he's checking himself, and he's thinking it's a dream, okay? And, hey, I've had dreams mad realistic, too. But as he's going about his day, he sees the pizza box that one of his guys brought to him the night before that had all the money in it. And so if what happened was a dream, why is the pizza box there? That triggered the look for Slick, then setting him up to get taken out in the parking lot of the hotel where Slick was at. So, if that was a dream, why is the pizza box there? And also during the movie, you'll hear him ask his mama if she needs anything. She says, "No, I'm just busy watching my shows. I'm good." And he goes to the bodega, gets a scratcher, loses, gives a little bit of the 40 to Frog, the local bum at the bodega. And Frog is speaking some truth here and there, but no one's listening to him until things start getting noticed about basically what had really happened. And Fontaine went to Slick, and Slick was like, "No, you were dead, bro. Like, how are you even here?" and everything like that. And it leads us into the investigation of what had happened. And Yo-Yo gets involved because she had to prove to Fontaine, like, "Yes, I seen you, and I seen your unalived body there." And as the movie goes on, they start to uncover a plot of these chemicals being used in food and in hair products, subliminal commercials and music that are mind controlling the population. And for instance, one day Fontaine finally looked at all the spots on the scratcher, and none of them were winners. And Frog turned around and he's like, you're always gonna lose, you know. Frog was basically, in my opinion, one of the first ones to understand that there was a problem with the system, but allowed him to continue to live, to show that no matter what happens, this is your fate, right? And they come across a laboratory where Fontaine's body that initially got shot in the parking lot was in some underground laboratory, and basically it was underneath this trap house, and they wound up moving it to underneath this chicken place, right? And that's where they discovered this drug where Slick took, and he thought it was coke, but it was really this thing that made you more happy and docile, right? Willing to listen to what you're getting told. And that's why they're spreading this, basically cabal is trying to make this group of people docile and experimenting basically on these group of people. These basically the African Americans of the hood, and we see them again introducing drugs into the food, into hair care products. We see them actually changing people's moods just simply by the lyrics that are being said into the person's ears. You know, if they're saying, "Oh, pick up the gun and rob that store," that's what you're going to eventually do, because they're subliminally brainwashing you to live a certain lifestyle, to live a certain way, and they're cloning these people so they can continue their experiments and see how they can basically scale this on a larger, line, so to speak, where if we can control various neighborhoods, we can eventually control whole nations, right? And Fontaine, Yo-Yo, and Slick finally reach the final boss, and it winds up being Fontaine himself in a way, but the original version of himself. And he's an old man doctor. He's an old man biologist or genealogist, however you want to call it. People who know how to map out the DNA. That's Fontaine. Really is this doctor initially, but I mean Fontaine is the clone that's living the hood lifestyle, and but the material came from the doctor planning this whole thing out, and his motivation was to prevent what happened to his brother dying to other people, and that's his motivation. But Fontaine finds that to be BS, because you're kind of doing this to your own people, and it's kind of sick, that you're willing to make your people live like garbage because you're trying to figure out how to do things for a cabal that doesn't care for you or anything like that, or care about what happened to the brother Ronnie. That's basically the motivation. He had a younger brother, Ronnie, who died, and got into all these experiments and learning how to clone and all of that, so people didn't have to suffer anymore. But in order to prevent suffering, they making them suffer, and it kind of is like a contradiction, motivation in a way, and he just got tricked into doing what the cabal wanted him to do. Because these people obviously don't care about what happens to the little man at all. And we also learn that this experiment is going on in other neighborhoods. across the nation. And it really is, there's so much to this movie. There's so many things that if you're paying attention early on, you can definitely pick up something's going on through the commercials that they're playing in the background, the music, the certain advertising that's in the background, right? It's all subliminally to make you live a lifestyle of keeping yourself down, of wasting money on scratchers, on beer, on drugs, right? Making you live a down and trodden life without you even realizing that that's what's happening to you, that you're getting brainwashed into living that lifestyle of just waking up consistently and first thing you do is grab a 40. The first thing you do is smoke some weed, get high, and then you're going to go sell your drugs and this and that, and you're going to help us destroy other people's lives. And it really touches a lot on what people think the government does today with us, or has been doing to us through advertising, through certain music, through certain propaganda that is released through industry plants in the music industry, in the acting industry, the movie industry. There's these people that got placed there to influence our children, because that's where you really begin the conversion of anything, is through children, making them believe that the old heads are dumb, they don't know what they're talking about, make them turn out to look like liars about how life could be or how it was better before now. That a lot of people feel like those in charge create these discrepancies amongst people, white versus black, Catholics versus Jews, and Muslims, and this, that, the other, and this person is better than that person, and men and women against each other and stuff, and traditional values versus new values. It really touches base on a lot of topics that's going on today, and in a way has always gone on in our world. There's always room for improvement in our world, no doubt about it. But the more we can turn to each other instead of to turning to those in power, we'll be able to really have complete control, because there's way more of us than there are those in power. But with the techniques and the money they have, it makes us feel like there's nothing that we can do. And in a way, that's making them win. And I thought this was really a great way to touch on some social topics. Jamie Foxx is also a producer on this. And it is kind of funny how this is about cloning, and he recently got sick and came back, and people are like, that's not the real Jamie Foxx, as if he is a clone of the original Jamie Foxx. So I just really thought that was an interesting turn of events, so to speak. I've always heard the theory that movies and shows and music tell you the truth in their mediums, right, in their messaging. It's only up to us to believe what they're telling us. That they're showing us really what's happening behind the scenes. And I think that this is a big pull of the curtain to show us who's really the Wizard of Oz. It's not the big floating head with all the smoke. But that's my thoughts on this movie. Highly recommended. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. That's how much I enjoyed this movie. I feel like this has been the best live action movie to come out in 2023. And it's on Netflix, amazingly enough. But thank you for stopping by. And until next time, peace, Snookums.